American marketing executive Emily Cooper has been in the City of Lights for almost a year, and what started out as a fun adventure is getting pretty real. In the aftermath of the wedding drama, Camille's brother Timothy has shared an expose on the love triangle on TikTok, which has since gone viral. Ami is coming in to discuss its campaign, but there's a slight issue. The next stage involves Ami's courtside box at the French tennis tournament, Roland-Garros. They are using Alfie and Emily's image for the face of the campaign, and the company wants them to appear at the event to share a smooch on a kiss cam. In the run-up to the big day, at the Roland-Garros, Sylvie notices Julian chatting with Nico. When she heads, Julian drops a bombshell. He's been offered a position at JVMA, and it's a much higher salary. After a brief disagreement, Julian quits and storms off. Emily is in the crowd wondering just how the hell she's going to overcome the kiss cam moment. At the last minute, Alfie shows up, and while she tries to apologize, he tells her that it's over between them. But as a parting gift, they kiss for the camera. Sylvie doesn't want anything to do with Louis. She receives a message from a reporter who's investigating the JVMA boss over his complicated history with female subordinates. Emily and Mindy spot a cryptic post from Sophia, deducing Camille's in Greece with her. Up until now, Gabriel didn't know Camille had been cheating on him. Sylvie is struggling to forget the phone message, especially since Laurent lets her know JVMA wants Agents Greytoe to help launch his club, meaning Sylvie would be working for Louis once more. At JVMA's headquarters, Julian's settling into his new role, while Nico invites Mindy into the brand closet and lets her choose whatever she wants as a peace offering. While hunting through the piles of clothes, two female colleagues who tell her that, as a woman, she should have a buddy with her, explaining that Louis has a tendency to approach women who are in the brand closet alone. Emily tracks her down in Giverny, a commune in France where Camille has gone to clear her head. Emily heads over there to retrieve Camille, who eventually agrees to come home. The pair return to Paris, only to find Sophia at Gabriel's restaurant. Camille and Gabriel make amends, and while they're not going to be in a romantic relationship, they'll raise their child together. Then, Camille and Sophia profess their love for one another. Camille and Sophia have moved into Gabriel's flat. At the office, Agents Greytoe is gearing up for the launch of Heartbreak, a new perfume. To celebrate, they've organized a masquerade ball. Alfie's in on the meeting, and it's clear there's still tension between him and Emily. On his way out, he bumps into Camille, who changes his mindset by explaining that if Emily really did still have feelings for Gabriel, surely they would have hooked up by now. But the triangle continues when Gabriel shows up, who Emily also flirts with. Elsewhere, Sylvie receives a message from the reporter. Turns out, she did speak to her after all. Emily ultimately goes for the Gabriel. But when Alfie bumps into the baccarat rep, he mistakes her for Emily, saying he only wants her and giving her a kiss. She takes off her mask, much to his surprise, and in a double blow, he spots Emily and Gabriel leaving together. Back at Nico's place, he's in total denial about the allegations. But Mindy explains that she's heard things too, and that Louis isn't the man he thinks he is. And just when you thought Louis couldn't get any worse, he pulls the financing of Lauren's club, meaning their planned launch party is a no-go. But Sylvie's got a plan up her sleeve. Her mom, Heloise, aka the Queen of the Night. As Luc explains, she owned one of the most famous clubs in Paris in the 70s. And since it's been empty for 20 years, she agrees to let Sylvie and Laurent use it for the event. Mindy and the band perform on stage. Speaking of which, there's a vibe between her and Benoit. Emily and Gabriel confess to each other that they both want more space, and they both told the landlord about Sophia and Camille staying at Gabriel's. But it works in their favor, kind of, even though the landlord kicked them out of Gabriel's place. Thankfully, she has another apartment free to rent, and it's right next door to Gabriel, which isn't exactly an easy pill to swallow for Emily or Sophia. Gabriel finally has a pastry chef, but it's not going too well. He's taking over his kitchen with his creations. At the Agents Greytoe offices, and guess who's back? That's right, Julian. While at the flea market looking for furniture, Sophia and Camille get into an argument about the spare room. Sophia wants to use it as an art studio, while Camille wants it to be a nursery for the baby. Sylvie's not best pleased, especially when she discovers there's a hidden agenda and is ambushed with Luc's request for a raise. She says she'll think about it. When the bill arrives, Marion says she'll deal with it, hoping that it'll get Luc in her good books. She simply implies to the staff that one of their Michelin stars could explode if they don't wipe the bill. However, another customer overhears the conversation and storms over before dropping a bombshell. Turns out, he's an actual Michelin star inspector. He reveals that Marion was fired a year ago for insider dining, and she's been abusing her fake position of power. Back at Sophia and Camille's place, things aren't going too well. Sophie explains that she was never planning to move to Paris, especially across the hall from Camille's ex. She's going back to Athens, saying Camille could come with her, but she simply can't do it. The pair tearfully share a final kiss before Sophia goes home, leaving Camille devastated. Luke explains that Marion is no longer a Michelin inspector, meaning Gabriel won't be getting that star anytime soon. Camille is at the doctor's, having noticed some blood spotting. The appointment cuts to Camille having a drink with her friend, where she tearfully reveals she's not pregnant. The doctor told her the at-home pregnancy test must have been a false negative due to the medication she's on, while the delay in getting her period was likely down to stress. She's deeply upset, explaining that she was sure she was pregnant as her body felt different. At the restaurant, Emily tells Gabriel about Marion. Although he's shocked at first, he takes the opportunity to fire the pastry chef who's been causing him grief. He then gives free drinks to the patrons to celebrate. When Camille turns up, she sees Emily and Gabriel embrace. Gabriel's drunk and announces that with a beautiful girlfriend and a baby on the way, he's the luckiest man in the world. In his current mood, Camille doesn't have the heart to break the news. A staff member comes over to offer Camille a glass of champagne, but she turns it away, pretending she's still pregnant. Thanks for watching this recap. Hope you enjoy this second part of the season. See you in the next recap.